Greensboro, clearance delivery.
Sir, Greensboro clearance, Bonanza 364 Alpha Uniforms. Instruments to Charleston, we have information, Mike.
Roger 64 Alpha Uniform cleared to the Charleston Airport via direct Pekin, as filed. Maintain 3,000. Expect 6,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure control frequency 126.6, squawk 2231.
Okay, 364 Alpha Uniforms cleared to Charleston, Pekin, as filed, 3,000, 6,010, 26.6, and 2231 on the squawk.
November 4 Alpha Uniform, read back correct. Data information, Mike. Current advisable Mike, ready to taxi.
4 Alpha Uniform. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and flop it, and then I'll do the 29, and then flip it back. We'll continue to let it warm up. I'm going to type in Pekin and Lils is what I filed. So I have to type in what I filed, right? Right.
Piedmont 4918, Greensboro, ground runway 5, right. Taxi via Kilo Alpha, cross runway 14 at Kilo.
5 right, Kilo Alpha, cross 14 Kilo.
I have trouble remembering how it's spelled.
P-E-K-E-N,
I think, right? N-N-N. P-E-K-N-N. Pekin, these are kind of new ones that they just started using a lot of. I don't know why. Lils is L-I-L-L-S. L-L-S. And then the airport. K-C-H-S. Excuse me. All right, we're warm enough now. And the engine's warm enough is what I really mean, but I'm going to turn this down to. You can run it up. Let's run it up to 1,700 RPM. All right, we're going to do the mag check. We'll go one side, drops a little, back to both. Then the other two, back to both. Then we'll do the prop, so you're going to pull it back, and we're going to let it'll drop, and you'll watch manifold pressure will drop, oil pressure will drop. Push it back up, so as soon as it drops, so watch, pull it again, watch your oil pressure. Then back up, as soon as it drops, start shoving it forward, and then one more time, and we'll watch outside. Looking for oil. No oil leaking, so the hub is not leaking, and that's good. And then the other thing we're going to check is that the buses untie at 2,000 RPM, so we're going to go up. It untied, so that's it. And then back to an idle.
Does the buses tied me?
It's got two buses, right? We've got two buses, two electrical buses.
Okay, gotcha.
1 and 2, and we want to make sure that they're
disconnected, otherwise if one fails, they both fail?
That they're untied when the engine's running and everything's working. If we lost an alternator or we've got them both turned on, so they tie automatically.
Like the tide, does it do that because of low RPM?
Right, exactly, below 2,000. And then the annunciator test, that red button, it just checks those lights.
Piper Cherokee, whiskey request.
The older ones you test all kinds of warning lights, but all ours is built in. So.
Okay.
All right, we're on ground. We'll set 3,000 for our initial altitude.
And aircraft with request again.
Here's a little knob to go.
Screw that up. I meant to go up.
All right, and then hit the go around button to pull up your flight director, right?
Like to do touch and goes in the pattern.
I'm going to tell them we're ready. I'm waiting for him to answer her.
Different frequency, I guess.
Ground Bonanza 364 Alpha Uniform's ready to taxi from Corey with Mike. Altimeter was 3033.
And the aircraft wanting touch and goes. I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back with you. Number 364 Alpha Uniform, Greensboro ground, state parking.
We're at Corey. We're ready to taxi with Mike. My air mat for icing. It moved. It was including Greensboro. Touch it and see.
364 Alpha Uniform, runway 5 right, taxi via Alpha.
5 right via Alpha, 364 Alpha Uniform.
So you don't really even need any power. You let go of the brakes. Once it gets moving, then pull it back to 1,000, right? Our air mat changed to 14 and above, and nothing where we're at. So we'll just go to 6, right? We're going to make a much different flight time.
Over Cherokee.
All right. Doing this.
So we're going that way.
We're going to 5 right.
5 right.
Number 91 Whiskey 8, it's information Mike's current. November's going to be current here in a minute. Just a few clouds at 1,000, and then ceiling broken 3,400, visibility 10. And you ready to taxi?
Yes, from the FBO.
Another trick, I should
November
say,
91 Whiskey, runway
is if we had low IFR, or IFR period, right? Say we're going to enter the cloud. Say he turns and says, turn right to 090, clear for takeoff, 5 right. So we'll set our heading bug to 090. We'll take off.
5 left,
and if we can, as a low time instrument pilot,
hotel.
right, when you're low time, like Scott, for an example, you would want to try to turn to that heading while you're visual, right? Hurry up and get established. Get yourself situated on that heading, so then you're not trying to climb, turn, while you're going into the clouds all at the same time.
Right.
Right. You take it down a notch, you know?
Right, yeah.
We've got the flight director, which helps a lot. All you have to do is, if we set it up right correctly, I'm going to go ahead and set 090, because I think that's what it is. I'll switch to tower. I'll put 26.6 in the standby.
Tower is 120.91.
Yeah, it's in there. The green.
I'm looking at the bottom, sorry.
Yeah, that's our ATIS.
I'm not used to left, right.
And Greensboro Tower, Bonanza 364 Alpha Uniform's ready for departure, 5 right.
Bonanza 364 Alpha Uniform, Greensboro Tower, traffic on a 4.5 mile funnel is a Honda Jet. Turn right heading 090, runway 5 right, cleared for takeoff.
Right to 090, clear for takeoff, 5 right, 364 Alpha Uniform.
All right, so we'll get our lights.
32, another departure prior to your arrival is a Bonanza.
Honda 32, Roger.
We got time. They're not going that fast. He's probably doing 100,
on 4918, contact departure, good day.
We've got a slow rest
Over to
speed.
departure, people on 4918.
All right, we'll get it out here lined up.
Middle, yep, that's what I'm trying to do.
Come in with the power nice and smooth, and as we come up on the power, be ready with the right rudder.
Got it.
All right, everything's in the green. Airspeed's alive. There's 60 knots. Everything's ready. We're looking for about 85, right? About 80, somewhere in there, right? Start easing back. Positive rate, I'll tap the brakes. Gear comes up, so pull the gear handle out and up. And then lights off while you're there, right? The 2 lights right there. Boom, that's it. We're going to go to 400 feet, right?
Traffic, no bearing, same altitude, less than 1 mile.
He's on the ground behind us.
Traffic, no bearing, same altitude,
We're going to go to
0
1300.
miles. Traffic, 2 o'clock, low, 0 miles.
He's on the ground, that guy.
Traffic,
Here comes
3
our
o'clock,
1300, so I hit
low,
heading.
0 miles.
Now follow your flight director. He's going to start turning you to 090. Ease the prop back to 2500 RPM.
Traffic, 5 o'clock, low, less than 1 mile.
All right, and then I'm going to hit vertical speed and we'll show
Bonanza
that.
4 Alpha Uniform, contact departure.
Over to departure, 4 Alpha Uniform.
Here comes our heading. I'll flip to departure. Just follow your flight director, right? And I've got 700 foot a minute set.
Papa, verify you have the weather at Stanley. Say requested approach.
Yeah, we do have the weather at Stanley. We'd like the ILS 22 left, please.
Roger.
Greensboro departure, Bonanza 364 Alpha Uniform, 2000, climbing 3090 on the heading.
November 364 Alpha Uniform, Greensboro departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 6,000.
6,000 for Alpha Uniform.
So set 6 with the big knob, so it's 3 clicks, right? There you go. It's set. You don't have to do anything.
12405, Piedmont.
Just follow your heading, right?
November 52 Delta, contact Washington.
Right, I've already set the prop back a little bit to 25, so we're good.
124.051.
We'll just keep climbing at 700 feet a minute.
November 8 Whiskey Papa, descend and maintain.
When I checked in, I gave them the altitude I was at, the one we're going to, and my heading, because we were assigned that too, right? So I give them all three.
What heading are you on, sir?
040, 758 Whiskey Papa.
Roger.
Or I could just say climbing 3,000, 090 on the heading assigned.
I'm looking forward to starting the IFR stuff.
But it's very similar, right? It's very similar as far as the same calls, right?
I left David Lackey another message today.
What did he text you? Just, I'll
call you tomorrow or Sunday.
They got busy. Forgot about you. Usually out of 3,000 is when they give you the turn, right? Something to do with, you know, spacing and approaches, arrivals, departures.
November 4 Alpha Uniform, turn right direct to Pecan.
Okay, direct Pecan, 364 Alpha Uniform.
Thought it was Pecan, but he called it Pecan. So I turned my heading bug to point to that, right? Which is our own course, right?
Right.
To get him going. And then I'm going to hit direct, enter, and then I'll hit nav, so now it's in GPS mode as opposed to heading. So now your flight director is following that course. I just helped them out by getting it in priority in heading mode. Just, you know, get them going the right direction. We could have hand flown and just kind of guessed. We knew from our line that it's somewhere towards that way, right?
Yeah, we needed to go the other way.
Just to get it going, you know? Now that we're climbed a little, I'm going to shallow it to 5
Whiskey Papa, descend and maintain 3,000, turn left heading 310.
You do that just to get a safe altitude.
Yeah, get us safe, and then we can shallow it out to a cruise climb where we're going a little faster. And it's better cooling for the engine too to go, you know, shallow it out. I think it's called Pecan, not Pecan. I don't know where Anyway, that's kind of a new one. They used to send us down here, and there was a Klein down here somewhere. Klein was a common one. And I'm sure it's still there. I don't know why they...
I've seen it on the sectional.
I don't know why they change them.
This morning, another thing that ticks me off. I'm kind of a detailed prick, but it says Air Park East. And I think I can pull this up on Kings, because I think they use some of the same sectional charts.
Because a lot of Texas or something.
And it says, what do you have to do? I'm going to put them on autopilot. Nothing to do now. Got it? Is that right?
Yep, nothing to do now that you're going into the clouds.
And it said, Air Park East, there's an obstruction to the right. What is the minimum altitude you have to fly in order to be 500 feet clear of the obstacle? So there's all these little towers over here to the northeast. And
November 758 Whiskey Papa, 6 miles from Aller.
And it says 500, and it has, it has the MSL heading.
245.
It's got both.
Well, yeah,
on the tower.
It's got the AGL, but it's got the MSL. But it was asked, none of them were the AGL. All options were MSL.
Right.
But it was like 500 over 777. That's 1277, right? Right. The answer was 1271. So I'm like, I'm missing a tower somewhere. So I'm looking all over the place. I spent 5 minutes on the thing just trying to figure out where that other tower was.
Right, so it's a misprint on the test.
Yeah, but
they should fix that. And someone's complained about it, I'm sure.
Well, I'm going to complain.
He answered 71.
I didn't get that one wrong. That was the closest to one.
Could have been a smudge on the test or something. But it's on the computer, right?
Yeah, it's on the computer. Yeah.
All right, so now we're on top of a little layer. And the temperature's 9. I wrote down.
Heat's on no prop gas or anything.
No, not unless we suspect it.
November 8 Whiskey Papa, Roger. IFR
Here's the test
cancellation is
questions you missed. The 19 was calculate pressure altitude.
Oh, that's one that ticked me off the most.
Yeah, you got to use that whiz wheel thing, right? Or chart.
It's a chart with pressure, altitude, density, and then it's got an adjustment over here. Yeah. I still remember the question. 1380 and the number is 22.822. You had to extrapolate between the two.
Yeah.
But I did it on Kings, and it was the same problem, and I had the same answer.
I don't know.
I'm going to fuss about that one, too.
All right, but anyways. Call airspace classes, limits, requirements, restrictions, airspeed, and equipment. It'd be like Class B, Class A, maybe above 18,000 feet. It could be a question.
That one, I think, was it said Less than 10,000 feet in Class B airspace, what's the maximum?
Max speed limit in Class B.
I put 250, I think it's 200.
200, because
yeah.
you're in Class B.
I almost changed that
So
one.
you can imagine, below 18 is 250, right, is the speed limit. But Class B, they slow it down because it's more congested.
Yeah. I was this close to changing that one.
Also, Class C is 200 also.
Okay.
If you're in the surface area, you're supposed to be.
10,000 feet?
No, just in Class C. Like in Greensboro's Class C, you should be below 200.
That's what confused me. They made a big deal out of it being
B and C,
less
same
than
thing.
10,000. But the B goes all the way up to 10,000. It can.
It can. It depends on this.
But you're good.
Unless there's overlying airspace, right? It could be a high elevation airport.
Trailblazer 449 Greensboro approach.
Watch Los Angeles and McKean had steps up,
right?
And they all petered out at 10.
Climate in 449.
Yeah, just like Charlotte, it'll be 10. All right, recall regulations, aerobatic flight requirements.
Yeah, that one, I was aggravated by that one too. Although that just studied the wrong
and,
stuff.
I apologize, is that 14000?
You gotta have a parachute.
Trailblazer 449
here's the problem.
12,000 and turn right to direct.
Could be for spins,
the
right?
Triad 9 departure.
It said that.
Alrighty, we'll climb it in 12,000.
Only
direct
time
for the Triad 9 towards 5.
Only time acrobatic maneuvers are allowed or prohibited is over a congested area, or you had to have, or less than 2,500 feet.
I think it's 1,500.
Okay, well the 2,500 was definitely a choice. And the other one was a third choice.
Altitude is captured. I close the cowl flaps. My prop is already pulled back and our manifold pressure is okay. So now I can do the mixture. We'll do the lean assist. Keep talking. I'm gonna pull it back.
What's the rule about people flying in formation?
You both have to be in agreement to it.
Okay, that's what it's all pilot. That's what I chose. All pilots had to be prior approval or prior arrangement.
Yeah, and have discussed it or whatever.
They don't want anybody to pattern anybody else without.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, the other one was on that acrobatic one. That only allowed in Class D airspace with